Toxicologist Barbara Soares has analyzed all the components of a perfect meal. Her formula? Creole classics plus a repurposed church and a dose of small town charm. It all adds up to a trip to Marsha Brown in New Hope.
Marsha Brown's is a steak, seafood, lobster house with a southern influence. It brings a lot of special occasions here, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, rehearsal dinners, all types of special events. We're also really focused on creating memories and also making it feel like people are sitting down in their own living room for dinner. We like to make it feel like it's family and home.
It is a New Orleans Creole-style restaurant with 5-star service. I would tell somebody for the first time if they're coming here to try one of our New Orleans dishes.
An eggplant Ophelia, which is actually named after Marsha Brown's mother. It's a family recipe. That is one of our big hitters here at the restaurant, most popular. When guests come here, they can expect phenomenal food, excellent service, and then they can also expect that hospitality where we're all friends and family, and they're included in that.
So, Barbara, you've loved Marsha Brown since you were a newlywed.
Yes.
Tell us why you picked this restaurant.
We are on honeymoon in New Hope, and there's a thunderstorm. Power's out everywhere. We cannot find a place to eat. Turns out Marsha Brown has a backup plan.
Oh, it must have been a great backup plan because you just keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
They had a limited menu. My husband and I, we went there and we had some wonderful po' boys and Bayou fries, and the fries keep making me come back.
So whenever you're in town, you got to go get those Bayou fries.
Absolutely.
Marcely, what did you get at Marsha Brown's?
So my my appetizer was the crab cakes and the crab beignets. Well, I didn't get all that for myself. My wife got the crab beignets and I got the crab cakes, and they were both fantastic.
Amazing.
And then for my entree, I got the jambalaya, which was really good. And my wife ended up getting crab meat ravioli.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and so what did you think of the jambalaya?
The jambalaya was really good. I enjoyed it. It was a little bit more brothy than my taste, but yeah, I enjoyed the flavoring was really good with the jambalaya.
That could be because there's a lot of difference between like Cajun and Creole dishes. With Creole dishes, it's more tomato based, so that could be why it was a little bit more brothy.
Okay, yeah.
But Ross, you had the jambalaya as well, and you have some thoughts.
Well, so let's start out with the positive. My wife had an eggplant and seafood that was wonderful dish. But the jambalaya for me was a catastrophe. It was the only bad meal of all. The sauce tasted like some sort of canned black broth that was left over from cleaning the pots or something. I mean, I loved the place. I loved the church, the surroundings. Our waiter was wonderful. The other dishes were great, but my jambalaya was a disaster.
So you mentioned that you had the eggplant Ophelia, which
Right.
is named after Marsha Brown's
Right,
mother.
Yeah.
And that was her mother's favorite. Yeah.
It was wonderful. I had some, as was the salad that we ordered. My wife ordered this weird mussel dish, which was sort of mussels in a barbecue sauce. The mussels were perfectly prepared. The barbecue sauce was weird. I'm glad I had it. It was fine. I'd never order it again. My wife would. But it was, I mean, you want to try new things.
Sure.
Marsha Brown is in this elaborate, beautiful church in the heart of New Hope. You can't not talk about that large mural that's upstairs.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's called Redemption, and it's a little brutal, but it's kind of interesting. With
gorgeous.
with the stained glass.
I'm very big into religious artistry, and I'm very big into having a good sense of humor, and I feel that they combine everything together really nicely there. So
I loved the space.
cute. Yeah.
But the noise level was simply horrific.
Oh,
the waiter
no.
and I were screaming. He was screaming and we were screaming, so we could hear, so he could hear the order. And then my wife and I were screaming at each other, not a fight, just trying to, do you want some Pinot Grigio deer? Yes, I'd love something.
I didn't get the noisy experience. I got I got the quieter dining experience, but maybe it was because I was the loud table. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if you look around the restaurant and it's not loud, you're the loud one.
problem.
Marcely, what did you think of the town?
It was a cute little town, like, and it was just like real, just like classic feeling. And I noticed a number of shops in the area, and it definitely seems like a place where, you know, if I were to go back, I would want to spend some more time to actually check that out and like really interact with the environment a little bit more.
Yeah. Especially the bridge, like between
I love that.
Jersey and
yeah.
Pennsylvania.
I love
Very
that walk
idyllic.
across.
Yeah.
Just so romantic sometimes.
So desserts, Marcely, did you get anything for dessert?
Yes, I got the carrot cake. And
You
I
love carrot cake.
I'm a fan. Yes, I'm a fan of carrot cake, and I thought that it was rich, and I felt like the icing to carrot cake ratio was just right, because like sometimes it can be a little off, and sometimes
Agreed.
I've had carrot cake where there's too much icing,
Agreed.
or the icing is too sweet,
Right.
and sometimes I've also had carrot cake with not enough.
Yeah.
So I felt like the balance was right, just perfect.
I had the bread pudding, and it was lovely. It was drier than I make it, but you know, I wasn't cooking, and I was delighted to try theirs.
So Barbara, you picked Marsha Brown. Sum it up for us.
It is just a delightful dining experience. There's a lot for the eyes, there's a lot for your taste buds, and overall it's just a fun place to go to.
Well, Marcely, sum it up for us.
I would say that that Marsha Brown is a classy restaurant that with very familial vibes.
And Ross, sum up Marsha Brown for us.
The setting is fabulous. I love New Hope. I love the repositioned church, or whatever you want to call it. Sound level needs work. I had one lousy dish, but everything else was lovely. And our waiter was fabulous.
Plan your own visit to Marsha Brown, located at